beautiful family, LosingDrea here, and I'm coming to you with a video. So the last video you got was my update of my weight loss and what I did this past week, week 4 of being back on keto. And I'm doing pretty good, holding my own, finding myself not really hungry at all today. I had 2 of the Fuego cheese sticks, and what I did was wrap them up in a piece of oven rotisserie turkey breast with about 4 slices of pepperoni. I just kind of laid out the pepperoni across the round piece of turkey breast, and then I put the cheese stick in there at one end, and I just wrap them up. Very, very good, very low in carb. There are carbs, at least 1 in each one of the cheese sticks. So if you do make them, be careful of how many you eat, because they're quite addicting, just like everything else in my life. So anyways, I'm coming to you guys about a video. It's been kind of like rolling around in my mind. Day before yesterday, I think it was Saturday, I had gone with my husband to Walmart, and on the weekends they always have these people that are there that are like, I don't know what you want to call them, product review testers or something like that. They always have these samples, and you can go and you can have a sample of whatever they have. And they had several different things around. And this one lady, when I first walked in, the produce department is right there. You know, you have the bakery, and then you have the produce department, and usually like they sell the strawberries and all the fruits and stuff there. And she had just a simple little souffle cup of watermelon. And of course, my husband was walking over to get the watermelon, and I'm like, no, I can't have that. And the lady who was giving the samples says, well, why can't she have watermelon? And he looked right at her, and he clearly stated in a, very straightforward manner, oh, she's on keto. She doesn't eat carbs. And the lady goes, I heard that'll give you a heart attack. And I said, thank you. Have a nice day. And I walked away. Like, what would you do if that was you? You know, you're on a low carb ketogenic diet, or you're just on a low carb journey of some sort where you just don't eat carbs, or you're trying not to eat carbs. And, obviously people have their own comments to make. Obviously there's going to be a lot of people that are still with the old way of thinking and the so-called old research, which basically is in tune with the American Heart Association and a lot of the old style doctors who clearly haven't done any new research or to further their education or their, studies as a doctor. And it's like, it's so frustrating sometimes. Usually I would have sat there and I would have said something, and I would have talked to her and told her, you really need to look into that, because that's obviously whatever you've heard is based on old information that you probably have, and it's okay. I know, I've been there, we've all been there. But to go in it any further and say, hey, since January 8th of 2017, I've been eating this way. And middle of March of this year, 2018, I went and had my blood work done. I had been tested, and what I thought they were going to come back and tell me was that I had either Hashimoto's or some sort of a thyroid issue, and yet they didn't. It's like, isn't that proof enough that the way that I'm eating is good for me? It's good for me. I don't really care what anybody else thinks, but if you're one of these food demonstrators and you're giving out samples at Walmart or Sam's Club or Costco or BJ's or Publix or Aldi's or wherever you're at, well, I don't think Aldi's does sampling, but they should. Anybody work for that Aldi's in the upper businesses department there, you should do that. But yeah, don't make comments, don't make people feel bad because they don't want your samples, because, what, I would have loved to have eaten a piece of watermelon. It was just a tiny little piece. Probably wouldn't have killed me. I know it probably was definitely not going to kick me out of ketosis. But what I did know in my mind was that if I ate that very, very sweet, sugary tasting watermelon, even though it was natural sugar, from nature, it was going to make me start having some major cravings and want to eat some more junk. And being in the grocery store, walking around the grocery store, that's a trigger for a food addict. Sugar is a trigger for a food addict. So, a lot of people don't understand where you're coming from, but to be the boss of your loss and take control of your own journey and not allow other people's comments to contribute to you messing up, or allowing yourself to mess up. So I know how my body is. I know how I feel. I know what I'm going through. And I know how certain foods can be triggers for me. I know how being in the grocery store can trigger food addiction for me. I was quite happy the way I handled it, actually. I think my husband was quite happy also because people will say something to me and I'll just snap. Something that I'm going through as a female in older years that I just want to snap on somebody. But I didn't, I just kind of held my own. I kind of paused for a minute. I said, I'm not going to go there. She could herself benefit from a ketogenic diet, and I wasn't going to tell her that. I was going to tell her if she keeps eating watermelon, she's going to pack on another 10 pounds on that ass of hers. But I didn't go there. I stayed away from it. It's not my place to tell people that. Just like it's not my place to tell somebody what to believe or not to believe in a religion, or what they should or shouldn't eat, or what they should or shouldn't wear, or any of that. I'm happy to be around people of all different types and whatever they believe in, whatever they're into, whatever they like as far as their significant other, whether it's the same sex, opposite sex. I'm open to what everybody's into because everybody, I feel, has a right to their own opinion. But when you start giving your opinion out loudly when it's not wanted, it can be upsetting to some people. I have in the past been upset. I just recently, when I had my gallbladder removed on the 22nd of April, 23rd, I went in on the 22nd, the surgeon himself, when I told him I was on a ketogenic diet, was like, oh no. Let me tell you, that kind of turned me off. I didn't even want this guy to operate on me, but I was kind of in fear, and him, along with the ER doctor, who was a lady, and a couple other people just kind of put the fear in me that, you need to get your gallbladder taken out because you're just going to keep having problems, and not really understanding from a medical standpoint that, yes, I knew that I've heard through other doctors who are on board with keto that I needed to keep my gallbladder. I really didn't know how to speak up for myself and be my own advocate, laying in this bed, being very much in fear of having that pain once again, and then hearing all these different doctors and their opinions saying, you'll be okay without a gallbladder. Everybody has had it done, or those that have had it done have lived a very well productive life without their gallbladder. So, all that fear and whatnot, I just kind of I let them take out my gallbladder. And now I'm kind of regretting it only because I have some problems when I'm eating certain foods. But does that deter me from continuing on a ketogenic diet? No. I've had heart palpitations from the age of 16. I have not had as many heart palpitations now since eating keto. That to me tells me if there's a problem with my heart or a problem with eating a high-fat diet that it's going to maybe possibly kill me, like if you want to listen to the American Heart Association and you want to listen to those doctors and those people that say, don't eat a lot of fat or any of this stuff because it can give you a heart attack. Yeah, sure. What's his name? Bob Harper? I don't even know what kind of diet that guy was on. But he was constantly working out and supposedly in the best health, and shape of his life. And he had a heart attack. So, it really doesn't matter. I think that a heart attack can be brought on by scaring the shit out of somebody or just basically, not taking care of oneself at all. But I got to say that eating this way, I've never felt better. And that's just for me. I'm not trying to influence anybody with the way that I eat or the way that I don't eat. If I don't eat that watermelon, I'm not trying to influence anybody. In fact, just to let y'all know, after I walked from that lady and walked around the produce department and then walked towards the fish department, I made this little right, and then usually there's one of those middle refrigerated sections where they keep the frozen bags of shrimp and whatnot and other meats and Bubba burgers and that kind of stuff. And there was a guy standing there, and he had strawberries with whipped cream, and I did allow myself one strawberry with a little whipped cream because, hey, I know on keto I can have that. But that watermelon I knew was just way too sweet. It's not a fruit that you can have on keto. And so I behaved myself and I didn't eat it. And I'm so proud of myself for doing that. So I just wanted to come on here and just kind of put that out to you guys. You know, I'm always saying in all my videos, you know, it's like a big thing with me to be the boss of your loss if you're on a weight loss journey, no matter what. Do not let other people deter you from doing what you know is good for you. And just stick with that. Stick with what you know and you will go far. I might not be losing weight in what I would consider to be faster, you know, timing or whatever. Like, you know, the way that I wish, of course, I want to be my goal weight tomorrow. And of course, I know that I've struggled a lot too, but keeping in mind that I have struggled with my weight in the past and I've gone up and I've gone down and I've gone up and I've gone down. You know, I just don't want to struggle anymore. And if I just take it easy and just do what I can do and I don't try to push myself too hard. Like right now I'm doing what's called strict lazy keto. And maybe there's no such thing as strict and lazy keto. But when I say, for me, strict lazy keto, meaning I'm not eating any grains. I'm not eating any sugars, nothing white, no starches. I'm staying away from all the stuff that I know I'm not supposed to eat on a ketogenic diet. If you watch Dr. Eric Westman, he says if it's not on page 4, don't eat it. So I'm not eating anything that isn't on his page 4. However, that being said, I'm not counting calories. I'm not exercising, working out like a fiend, and I'm not really watching to see if I hit my macros. So like, I don't really care if I eat enough fat or not. I don't really care if I eat enough protein or not. I'm just eating until I'm satisfied, and that's it. I'm not eating if I'm not hungry. I do find myself eating a lot of nuts and seeds, you know, things like that. Like when in the middle of the night, like when I'm about to go to sleep, which is some kind of morning. Like for most people, depending on your schedule, you know, most people don't eat after 8 o'clock at night because you know you're going to go to bed maybe around 9 or 10. So you don't want to eat so close to the time you go to bed. But I watched Dr. Ken D. Berry, and he, on a recent video that he did, said, you know, there really is no scientific evidence to say that you should not eat before going to bed. That it doesn't deter you from losing weight or not. No scientific evidence anyways. But for me, I can see the point. You know, you don't want to eat so close to a time when you're going to go to bed because you're not moving around and you're not expending those calories that you might take in if you're counting calories. So anyways, I just wanted to put that out there. Of course, I want to have a little bit of content for my channel just the same. If you haven't already subscribed, please click the link down below. Be sure to smash that bell because you'll be notified of all new videos as I put them out. And yeah, like always I say, be happy, be healthy, be beautiful, but just be you. Be the boss of your loss if you're on a weight loss journey. And I will definitely be seeing all you guys in my next video. Bye, guys. Be blessed. Mwah.